Hey, coach, let's stop pretending that pricing is logical. It's emotional. It is wildly, beautifully, powerfully emotional. And when you stop shrinking to avoid discomfort and start leading with emotional clarity, your prices start reflecting power. And guess what? You make more money, like a lot more money. I'm Kendall, and in this episode of the Money Coach School podcast, I'm walking you through a very simple 4-step coaching process to reset how you feel about your pricing. I'm going to talk about the most common emotional traps women fall into, and of course, give you bonus coaching questions to help you price from calm, conviction, and always overflow. It's all here for you in this episode of the Money Coach School podcast. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Money Coach School podcast. To really excel at coaching women, you have to be skilled, confident, and even fearless at money coaching. If you're passionate about women holding genuine money power and love supporting women entrepreneurs, then this is the show for you. Now here's your host, money feminist Kendall Summerhawk.
Hello, beautiful coach, and welcome back to the Money Coach School podcast. Today we are talking about the emotional side of pricing because pricing is emotional. That's just the way it is for us women entrepreneurs. We're not guys. We don't compartmentalize our emotions from what we charge. And that's okay, because as a woman entrepreneur, our emotions have a valid role in supporting us, not only in our pricing, but throughout all of our business. Our emotions are not distractions from our power. They are our power. And they belong in the room. They belong at the table. They get a seat at the table. And they, of course, belong in your pricing. Now, more than likely, you've heard that pricing is supposed to be rational, that the numbers should make logical sense, that it should fit the market, the niche, the offer, the whatever. But as a woman entrepreneur, pricing has never been purely rational, and it never will be, because pricing brings your emotions, your energy, and your identity with it. But emotional doesn't mean messy or reactive or out of control. Emotional means powerful. It means connected. It means conscious, and it means chosen. So in today's episode, I'm going to coach you through the emotional side of pricing so you stop shrinking your number to avoid discomfort and you start naming it from clarity, calm, and power. I'm going to break down the most common emotional traps that women fall into with their pricing, why emotional leadership is the next level of your pricing power, and how to rewire what your price feels like in your body. And of course, you'll see that reflected positively in your bank account. So we're going to dive in. But first, if you can take 1 second, like literally 1 second, to click the follow button, on this podcast, wherever it is on your phone or your screen. And that way you never miss an episode. And it also tells my best friend, the algorithm, to get this message into the ears of other women who are ready to lead powerfully with money. So click that follow button. I really appreciate you doing that for me. Thank you. All right, so let's dive in. Number 1, emotions are not the enemy. Now here's the shift I want you to take in today. That old masculine paradigm told us to control our emotions in order to be powerful. By the way, doesn't it feel really silly to hear me say that? I think it feels really silly because the money feminist paradigm is the one that really is fitting for you. This is the one you're building your business from. It's about leading your emotions to be powerful. You leading your emotions. So you're not a victim of your feelings. You are the creator of them. And that means you get to choose how you want to feel when you name your price, what emotion you anchor your number into, and what feeling tone you want your pricing to transmit to your clients. And you can price from fear or you can price from clarity. Both are a choice, both are emotional, but only one is consciously chosen. All right, number 2, pricing triggers deeply rooted emotional patterns. So let's talk about what's really happening under the surface, because pricing doesn't just bring up strategy or require strategy. It brings up identity. It brings up belonging. It brings up safety. Pricing taps right into your emotional nervous system, and you'll know it by what happens in your body when you go to raise your rate. Maybe your chest tightens or you feel heat raise in your face. For me, I used to always break out into a cold, panicky sweat. Maybe that's you too, or you freeze or you backtrack. Pricing triggers patterns like if I charge that much, I'll be too much. If I say that number, they'll ghost me. If I raise it again, I'll lose people. If I price higher than whoever, I'll sound greedy or full of myself. Now, these fears are not irrational. They're actually conditioned into us as women because we were trained to make others comfortable before we are allowed to claim our value. It's like other people's comfort comes before us saying, hey, here's the value of what I do. And I'm here to help you undo that training, that conditioning really, because it is absolutely a false narrative. And so, of course, for women, pricing isn't just a number. It's really a reflection of your emotional safety, your visibility threshold. Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Women who are charging really, really high amounts of money for their coaching or consulting or, whatever it is that they're doing, they stand out. They get talked about. It also is a reflection of your identity and your desire to belong. And maybe I'll do a whole other episode just on that about belonging, because this one is so, so powerful and not talked about enough. This is why when you raise your price, your throat tightens, because it's not about the math, it's about the power. All right, number 3, this is where women collapse their power. Now, here's where I see successful, powerful, high integrity women unconsciously collapse their pricing power. They're shrinking the number, often mid-conversation, to avoid feeling uncomfortable. Or they're padding their offer with way too much just to justify a higher price. Or they're playing rate comparison Olympics only to end up doubting everything. Or they're avoiding follow-up conversations because they don't want to feel salesy. Now, these are emotional responses, but they're not weaknesses. They're actually signals. And they're signals that your price is rubbing up against an outdated version of you. Okay? That's what it signals. Like you've got this new number, but there's a friction point between it and you because it's the outdated version of you that's causing that friction. Now, I talk about this in depth in a couple of other episodes, episode number 104 and episode number 106. So definitely check those out after you finish listening to today's episode. And I'll link to those down below in the show notes. All right, number 4 is I want to give you some practical coaching, and this is choosing your pricing emotion. So how do you do that? How do you find your emotionally clear, cash-confident pricing? Don't you love hearing that? Cash-confident pricing. So here are 4 very, very simple steps to get you started. Step number 1, name the emotion. So right now, just name how you feel when you think about pricing a particular offer. Do you feel fear or shame or guilt? Do you feel pressure or anxiety? Just name it. It's okay to name it. You don't give it more power by naming it. You actually shine a light on it and you reduce its power by naming it. Step number 2, ask what emotion would actually serve you. So you're switching it here. You're pivoting. So what do you want to feel about your number? Do you want to feel certainty? Do you want to feel soft power? Do you want to feel calm? That's the one I usually like to choose to feel is calm. Do you want to feel joy? Do you want to feel boldness, freedom? Choose how you actually want to feel. And so often I don't see that women actually do this. They get stuck in the first thing of how they feel, the shame, the guilt, whatever, but they don't think about how it is they actually want to feel. So I want you to claim the emotion that would actually serve you. Step number 3, ask what belief would create that feeling. So what would you need to believe to feel that way? This is such a vitally important step because it's where your emotional leadership really gets to anchor in. I'll give you some examples here. So for example, beliefs like, I deliver exceptional transformation. I mean, I love that one. It's just really simple, right? Here's another one. My price is the portal to my wealth. Here's another example. This number is evidence of my belief in the value of my work, right? Here's another one. I trust that my pricing creates opportunity for both me and my client. And I want to speak to this one specifically because this is a belief that I adopted many, many years ago when I first stepped into doing high ticket coaching. when no one was doing high ticket coaching. So it was very new. There weren't a lot of examples of this, and it was really freaking scary, right? But I really tapped into this fundamental belief that my pricing creates opportunity for both me and my client. The opportunity for me, of course, I think is a little obvious, opportunity to make more money, but also the opportunity for me to step up my coaching game, to really deliver, to not hold back, to care deeply about my clients, to really let my love and belief in them really shine through, not from an over-delivering way, but from a way of saying, I care about you deeply enough to ask the tough questions. And trusting that my pricing creates opportunity as well for my client, I really believe that people value what they pay for, and that when people invest in high-ticket coaching, that they take themselves seriously, that they see themselves at a new level that they never saw themselves at before. And I've experienced that as a client, certainly, and I've certainly seen my clients experience that over and over and over again. So this belief probably is my favorite. I trust that my pricing creates opportunity for both me and my client. A couple of more examples here. This number represents the level of transformation that I hold valuable. And the last one, I am a woman who can be paid this much and more. Now, these beliefs will change how you feel in your body when you name your number. You can adopt some of them, all of them, just one, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters, though, is that you feel the change in your body. And then when you name your number, that belief supports you. It has your back. And that leads me to step number 4, price from that energy. So you say the belief out loud. You say your number out loud. You breathe it into your body. You practice feeling it. And this is how you lead your pricing from the inside out. This is how you become the woman whose pricing is unshakable because it's led by emotional integrity, not emotional reactivity. All right, number 5, calling you into your personal power. So let me say this very clearly. Your emotions, they're not a liability. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. And no, you are not being dramatic. And you're not a bad businesswoman because, hey, maybe you have a breakdown or cry before a launch. I certainly have a breakdown before every launch. Absolutely. And I've done hundreds of launches. Or maybe you get really nervous before a consult. That's okay. You are powerful enough to feel anything and still name your number. You are capable of experiencing fear or doubt and desire and ambition and still stand, strongly rooted in your pricing power. And no, you don't need to fix your emotions. You don't have to wait to feel better before you raise your rate. You just have to choose the emotion that will fund your freedom, and then you lead from there. All right, so let's do a little recap here and wrap up. So I want to recap on what you now know. Number 1, pricing is emotional. And that's not a problem. That's your power. Number 2, you are not a victim of your feelings. You are the creator of them. And number 3, when you lead your pricing from emotions of your choosing, you build safety and power and wealth on your terms. So the next time you quote a rate, raise your price, or redesign your offer, I want you to ask yourself, what emotion do I want this price to be anchored into? Let it be certainty. Let it be trust. Let it be overflow. Let it be you, unfiltered and unapologetic. Because you're not just setting a price, you're setting a standard for how you experience yourself in your business, using your emotions as your strength, not as a reason to play small. All right, I keep talking about giving you a sneak peek into something brand new, super exciting that I'm launching here coming up very, very soon. And I'm still not ready to share the details quite yet. But if you've been wanting to stop wondering if you're charging enough, because let's face it, you aren't, and you want to create pricing that feels rich and calm and aligned with the woman that you're becoming, and you're wanting a low-cost way to get my expertise and coaching on your pricing and how to price from confidence, not contraction, from up-leveling, not downshifting, then definitely get excited. Because what I have coming for you is going to knock your socks off in the very best of ways. And it's coming up in just a few weeks here. All right. Thank you so much for pressing that follow button. And thank you so much for your listening all the way through to the end. Thank you for your loyalty. I so appreciate you for that. And I will see you in next week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Money Coach School podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, Make sure you follow so you never miss an episode. Also, I would so love and appreciate if you would leave a 5-star review. Your review supports women just like you in discovering all of the juicy tips and insights I'm sharing here on how to coach women on money. And if you want to learn how to excel at coaching women on money, definitely go to kendallsummerhawk.com and check out the wealth of money coach trainings that we have for you. Thanks so much for being part of this money coaching movement and for tuning into the show every week.